I am back. As you can see, this will be the final episode of the Model Factory Hiro Ferrari 156 85 143rd scale model kit. Everything is checked off. It is done. So, let's get that out of here. And bring that in. So there we go. It is all done. I think it turned out pretty darn good. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that. So let's just talk a little bit about what I thought of this project, and what I thought about Model Factory Hiro 143rd scale kits. Not really much to say that I haven't said already. I thought the kit overall was fine. The level of detail is appropriate for the car, maybe even a little bit much. The quality of the moldings and the castings and what they give you was fine for the most part. I think the only thing, but I'm torn on it. What I was going to say, the only parts that I didn't really like were like the suspension parts in white metal. Like, these are super tiny. It's hard to convey how small this stuff is. And the detail's fine, but they're so fragile and they're so small that they were difficult to deal with. Now, that could be just me, and other people aren't going to have that issue. But that's probably what I struggled with the most, was the suspension and getting it lined up and fitting securely and properly. Like, I really struggled with the front suspension. I didn't really talk about this much, I don't think, but I think in the beginning of the project I showed you the lower control arms. One of mine was broken, so I had to I tried to fix it, and this arm, it's less than a millimeter in diameter, so just doing a glued butt joint, right, is ineffective. That's not gonna be structurally sound at all. And I think these in the white metal were 0.8 millimeters, so drilling it out and putting a pin, darn near impossible. So I ended up making brass lower control arms, and I matched the geometry to the kit supplied one, and I think I did okay. Like, I made a little jig to using the one good arm, because they're just mirrored. The geometry is the same left and right. They're just flipped, obviously. So I was able to do that and assemble and solder together some brass lowers. But then the uppers were also, the geometry was off. I actually had to lengthen the leading arm about a millimeter longer to get the geometry more correct. I won't say it's 100% correct. It actually, like, when you put this in with as they were cast, it had negative caster. So in other words, the upper ball joint was forward of the lower ball joint, which is, kind of hard to show you this, but the KPI was forward instead of backwards, which is the way it's supposed to be. So I had to lengthen those, which pushed the arms out and back, which actually fixed it, 1 millimeter on each side. This side, it was a little bit wonky. This connection point's not quite right because of that, but again, like, the tolerances are so minute just because of the scale that it's difficult. So anyways, the point to my rambling is other kit manufacturers that specialize in this scale make their control arms out of photo etch, like quite thick photo etch. And then if it's a shaped arm, like if it's an aerofoil or a teardrop shape, you just file it into the arm and you can shape them yourself. you don't get some of the detail. I think some of the detail is going to be lost with that, but I think a lot of the structural integrity is the benefit of doing it that way, which is kind of lost here. So maybe this is the most accurate in terms of what the casting looks like. Is it the best for the most practical? I don't know. Anyways, that's about my only major gripe with this thing. And then some of this does come off. I had to make a compromise. I cannot glue the air funnels in place because there's just not enough room. They need to wiggle a little bit to get the cover on and off. So they are actually sitting there with double-sided tape, which is fine. So, some of the detail, again, it's the scale, isn't it? There's no way around it. It's, these little, the radiator pipes and whatnot, they're pretty finicky, but what are you going to do? There's not really much you can do. Let's try to brighten this up a little bit. But at the end of the day, it goes together and went together quite well. Everything eventually lined up for the most part, and I'm happy with the end result. So yeah, there she is. Let's see if we can see. What she looks like, for the scale, there's a lot of detail there. I'm sure that somebody with better eyesight than me could go in super detail something like this, but that's, I won't say it's beyond my ability, but it's beyond my patience level, that's for sure. So anyways, I am happy with it. I've got a few more of these to do. I don't think I'll be jumping on another 43rd scale kit for a while, but I do have a few more. I got 5 more, I think. So I am looking forward to building them, just not tomorrow. So anyways, I'm going to throw up after this. Sorry, I didn't really finish off my conclusion of what I thought of the kit. Overall, it's a great little kit. They're a lot of fun to build. They're kind of expensive for what they are. Maybe not. I guess that's subjective. And I got 5 more, so obviously I think highly of it. I'm happy with what I got. So yeah, there she is. For those of you that have stuck around this long, I do thank you for watching the series. There's more to come. I'm going to throw up a slideshow of a photo album of the finished model here after this, so stick around to see that, but just a little preview of what's coming next. If you follow my channel, you'll know what this is from. I'm obviously just picking up where I left off on a few projects here. So yeah, I got some paint down on the frame, so stay tuned for the continuation of that series. That's the Ducati 750 Imola, for those that don't know. Model Factory Hiro again. So yeah, that project is back on the bench. We're working on that, and then since I got this finished, I typically have, maybe a couple more than 2, but 2 Model Factory Hiro kits going at the same time. So with this one done, I will be launching another Model Factory Hiro build shortly, in addition to the Ducati, and that's going to be a 1/20th scale Bugatti Type 35. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and I hope you enjoyed this slideshow, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. Take care.